A grant will help pay for the first controlled burn at Crocker Neck in Cotuit. Residents hope a study will help problems surrounding Stewart's Creek and find out what the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce has in store for 2015. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Friday, January 9th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mantle. A plan to spend $40,000 to fund a study of the Stewart's Creek Culvert project will be up for public hearing on January 22nd. A first reading on the request was made at last night's town council meeting. Several Hyannis residents spoke in favor of the study during public comment, including resident Bob Colford.
My wife Lynn and I have lived at number 67 Fiddler's Circle in Hyannis for the last 10 years. Lynn's parents, Vincent and Barbara Conroy, built the house about 50 years ago, and it's remained in the family ever since. It's a beautiful spot, a Cape Cod cul-de-sac abutting conservation land, and the western branch of Stewart's Creek runs right through our backyard. Across the creek we see the Twin Brooks Golf Course, and in between there is a protected wetland. And of course we want to protect it too. Lynn was an adolescent when the family first took up residence, but she remembers going out on the creek in a rowboat with her father, hoping to catch fish. She could look down into several feet of clear water and see them swimming under the boat. Back then, the address was 43 Fiddler's Circle, not 67. There weren't very many houses there at the time. But there's been considerable development since then in the intervening years, on our street as elsewhere in the town. Now it seems that every lot has a house on it, many of which have a second floor. Development is a great problem to have, but it comes at a cost. What was once a clear creek has more recently become something of a mud puddle, which has prompted us all to embark on the Stewart's Creek Restoration Project. The efforts of the town agencies and the Army Corps of Engineers are particularly evident at the mouth of the creek on Ocean Avenue. But the restoration is certainly not finished. For the water to flow between the Kettle Ponds and Nantucket Sound as it once did, I believe we need a hydrological study of this once healthy waterway, identifying choke points from West Main Street across Scudder Avenue and all the way to the Sound. I've spoken to Mr. Greenwood at the Conservation Commission, and he let me know that the Army Corps has not yet released the project entirely back to the town. I hope this will happen soon so we can get on with the restoration. I also understand Mr. Gatewood has a 50-year-old aerial photograph of the entire watershed in his office, and that his goal has always been the return of the creek to its pristine condition as the photo shows. We who live along the creek, having invested everything we own into our homes, eagerly await the results we know are possible. Thank you.
The Army Corps of Engineers completed the culvert project nearly a year ago, and residents have been complaining of a strong tidal odor. If approved, the study will determine if that culvert project is working properly. This spring, a controlled burn will be held at Crocker Neck in Cotuit. Last night, Town Council approved spending just under $7,000 to fund the burn. Conservation agent Darcy Carley urged the council to support the plan before the vote.
This funding is going for our first controlled burn at Crocker Neck. This is not the first controlled burn in the town of Barnstable. We've had controlled burns taking place at West Barnstable Conservation Area since 2005. And the grant acceptance for the first control burn came before the town council back November 14th, 2005. And out in West Barnstable, we've done a 1/4 acre in 2005, 4 acres in 2007. And actually, when we did the ones in 2007, we had our IT department do a video, so people could check that out on our town website. And we did another 4 acres in 2012, and we just received another approval from DEP to be able to do another 2 years of control burn in West Barnstable. Let's see. The Barnstable County Wildfire Prepared Plan has shown Katuitt in an extreme wildfire risk area. And the actual prescription for the Crocker Neck Conservation Area was written June 2014, and it was prepared by a professional company that goes into these areas and looks into what type of fire concerns we have and how they're going to be addressed. And this one was prepared by Northeast Forest Fire and Management. What is great about the plan, this is the kind of like the Bible for the control burn in that area, and it contains the fire crew contact numbers, the equipment that would be used, the ignition plan, how they would be doing the weather checks, smoke and air quality management, fire behavior for the area, and contingency plans. And then it gives a go or a no-go checklist. So there's all these safety things set in place so everybody knows what's going to be happening.
Carly says the burn is designed to control brush and prevent wildfire. The grant comes from the Cape Cod Cooperative Extension's Wildfire Assessment and Preparedness Program. The Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce updates Town Council on its progress in 2014 and goals for 2015 during last night's meeting. Chair Chris Kehoe focused much of his presentation on those goals for 2015.
Increased the promotion for the car show and also the vintage motorcycle show and the golf tournament, and increase exposure of our sponsors. Obviously, we like to do that. We're going to increase our use of social media this year. One of the things which Brenna went over is start a car show program to be given out the day of the car show, and that's just to let people know what events are going on in the car show and where they are on Main Street and so on. As far as our membership committee, we're going to create, which the board voted in our last meeting of last year, to create a scholarship for Barnstable students. So we'll be getting more information to that, and I think that's one of the more exciting things that we're doing this year. Again, giving back to the community. Always, we're a membership-based organization, so increasing our membership is always a goal that we have every year. Through tourism, we want to expand the thank you program, which is, as Brenna had pointed out, was a total success. We want to attend more trade shows and collaboration to increase exposure and to maintain the tourism dollar. One of the other committees that I chair is the Economic Development and Government Relations, and we want to work with the growth management team to increase the tax incremental financing to more businesses and having them locate here and take advantage of that. Also work with the town and the BEDC on increasing economic activity, which, as you gave you a presentation a couple months ago, we are still working hard on that, and there's more to come. So we're looking forward to a growth year in 2015. I think a lot of businesses in the past couple of years have just maintained. So we're looking to grow. I think there's good things on the horizon for Barnstable and the Hyannis Chamber. So thank you all very much.
You can learn more about the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce by visiting hyannis.com. We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On Monday's show, we will chat with Town Manager Tom Lynch. We'll talk with Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mary Schakowsky. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.